right, Danny to break. Pocketed the 4 ball. Problem might be the 7 ball, although the 6 is a pretty good spot to set up for the 7. And Danny, a very talented cueist. I don't see him having too much issue here. Sweetly plays that 2, sets up for the 3. Comes forward, uses that rail, sets up for the 5. Nice angle into the 6. Again, the 7 ball was going to be the problem in this rack, but where the 6 is at, as long as he has a nice full shot into the 6, he should be okay. Uh-oh. Oh, look at that. No. Just trying to do too much, I think. Table's playing pretty quick. So it looks like Danny's going to call that 6 in the side pocket there. Well, you don't want to do that with someone like Tom Zippler because he's going to make you pay pretty quick. Tom is going to just give him a little angle into the 7 here. He might even bump the 10. I don't know. We'll see what he's thinking. Yeah, he's going to bump the 10. Draws back off the 7, sets up for the 8 in the left-hand corner pocket. Most likely going to set up to play the 9 in that top right corner. Overrolled his position just a bit. Stuns that 9 ball into the corner pocket. So Zippler to take the early lead, 1-0. Going to race to 7. Oh, used every bit of the pocket there. Thought it was going to hang up on him. So 1-0, Thomas Zippler. I'd like to say thank you to the new Green Room Billiards for supporting TTMD Billiard Streaming. We went ahead and put their event calendar up in the chat and also in the discussion, in the description, rather. Check them out, the new Green Room Billiards, the home of the Maryland APA. Great group of people. Often there's a Friday night tournament. There's always tournaments going on. Check out their calendar. Great group of folks. Definitely worth supporting their events. And that's where TTMD started out at. After our initial stream at Top Hat Sports Bar and Grill, we ended up firming up a date, and we had a couple events at the new Green Room Billiards. It's pretty much my home. Given an opportunity to do an event out there, I'm all over it. So check out the new Green Room Billiards, Dundalk, Maryland. They have a great pro shop on site, Charlie's Pro Shop. So check out the new Green Room Billiards, home of the Maryland APA. Tom Zippler to break, leading 1-0 on a race to 7 over Danny Mastermaker. Not what you want to have going on the break. Scratch. And we are playing 3 foul today, so a scratch on the break can put you in trouble quick.
Russ O'Baker, Zach Gladfelder. Russ O'Baker and Zach Gladfelder, table 1.
Well, that's something you don't see from Danny very often. An unforced error on a relatively routine shot. So Tom Zippler to the table. Tom was recently playing in the Turning Stone Classic. Believe he was in the top 20. I'll have to check that out. I'm sure some of the folks here in the chat probably know. Probably friends of Tom's here watching the stream. Folks from the Top Hat Sports Bar. If you are watching, welcome. Thank you for watching the stream. Nice angle here from the 6 to get down to the 7. Looked like that cue was going to run out of gas. It just kept going. Nice shot. Just goes to show you how quickly these tables are playing today, particularly the TV table. Get straight. All right, nice angle. So Tom looking to go up 2-0 on Danny. On a relatively routine shot for Danny. I would hazard to guess you won't see another missed ball like that from Dan. All right, Tom Zippler takes 2-0 lead over Danny Mastermaker. Danny to break. All right, so my name is Wayne Everhart from ThinkTech MD. I am the owner of ThinkTech MD. That is a technology services provider. We can help you with everything from managing your network and infrastructure, putting you on a patch management schedule to make sure all your systems are up to date and healthy. If you need a website, we can do that too. Just about anything you can think of related to IT, reach on out at ThinkTech MD at thinktechmd.com. Danny to break. After this match, folks, I'm going to take a small break. Coming up on 4 hours, a little over 4 hours of streaming at this point. We will probably stream until about midnight. I don't think that we're going to stay here for the duration, depending on what they're planning, because I don't want to be here until 2 in the morning and then be back here at 9, because I have to travel all the way back to Baltimore. We're not staying here locally today, and it's not in the budget for us to stay here for this event. So what we're going to do is probably cut off around noon, around midnight rather, and we'll stay late on Sunday for the duration. But I don't want to get in a situation where I'm up all night and then I'm up all day into Monday.
El Campo, Frank Stankovic, table 7.
Yeah, no break, but that's okay. I think I've been persuaded to just make sure that we break down around midnight, and I'll probably leave the equipment here, but call it an evening. We'll see. I'll play it by ear. Pretty nice shot there by Danny. Still going to have a problem with this 6 ball. I think he would have rather maybe touched that 6 on the way by, but then he would have had a problem for the 5. I think the 6 does go in that bottom left-hand corner pocket the way he's looking at it. So he just needs to come back across the table, go into that long rail. Everybody's just overrolling their position just a little bit. These tables are playing quick. I think you go with a cross-side bank here, and if you miss, you take the cue ball down table. Excuse me, cross-corner bank. Oh, he was able to make it. Wow. I didn't think that ball went. That's unlucky.
John Oliveras, table 21.
Well, things have gotten complicated a bit.
Joe Flax, Hugh Gardner,
Cue ball is sitting in the hole almost.
Roger Haldor, Kelly Rowe, table 13.
Let's see Danny just sort of letting out a sigh of
El Campo, Frank Stankovic, table 7.
just being a little upset about where he's at here. Pockets that 8. Oh, man, just doesn't get any. Oh, man, just struggling. That's what happens, right? You get yourself into a little bit of trouble, and you just keep staying in it, you know? I know that it happens to me a lot where I'm playing and I get out of line, and I'm struggling to get back in line throughout the rack. And by the time I get on the 9 and 10 ball, it's just a mess, you know? So you end up running 6, 7, 8 balls. You can't get out because of just getting awkward position. Your shot making ability can only go so far. Pretty good shot there. Two-way shot by Danny. Going for the bank, cross corner, but knowing if he missed it short on the pro side, he was going to leave that 9 ball on that short rail up there. Tom's going to go for that bank, the long bank off of that short rail into that right-hand corner pocket. This is a makeable shot. Tom plays a lot of one pocket, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him make this ball. Hit a little too narrow off that rail. All right, so 2-1. Tom Zippler leads Danny Mastermaker. Want to race to 7. Looking around the room, I see Linda Shea playing Richard Miller. Linda Shea, the tournament director of the JP Newt. Tom Zippler to break, leading 2-1. So now's the question, do you set up for the 410? I think that might be in the book here. As long as you don't slide down below the 4 here when you pocket the 3. You have a nice line going to the 10. I feel pretty confident that he can pocket that 410. You just don't want to end up having the cue ball down by where the 7's at. Well, that's a pretty good shot. He was able to avoid having the 7 get in the way. Tom looked like he just sort of gave up on that stroke in the middle of it. He picked up right at contact. What I like to say is giving up on the stroke. And again, that I think I mentioned it earlier at the broadcast. You see that when people are trying to delicately roll the cue ball, they tend to pop up right at contact when they're trying to just roll the cue ball. Got to stay down on it. So Danny got the jump cue. It's always fun. Going over that 5, pockets the 4. Might have to do it again. Going airborne over the 10 ball. I think he's just got to go over the edge of the 10. Just a little hop. So 2 jumps, and it looks like a bank is on here. 6 balls being called, cross side. How'd he hit it? Well done. This is a tester. Nicely done. Cuts that 7 ball. That top right-hand corner. Sets up for the 10. To tie it up, 2 games apiece. We'll race to 7. And he does. So 2 games all. Danny to break. All right, folks, if you're just joining us, again, my name is Wayne Everhart from ThinkTech MD. This is TTMD Billiard Streaming. We're here today at Center Pocket in Bowie, Maryland. This is the B&L 10-ball open, $5,000 added. I know Brian and Lai are hoping to have this as an annual event. I wish them the best. We know how difficult it is to go get that add-on money. TTMD goes out, and we have a $10,000 add-on 10-ball championship that we do. We had it last year. This year we decided to shelve it because we didn't want to get in a situation where we had tournaments like the Expo postponing dates and reallocating dates and because of COVID. Although we haven't had that problem yet, last year it was a significant issue, and it looked like a lot of the pros were going to end up having to go to the Expo until about 2 weeks before our event. They let us know that the Expo wasn't going to go off. But rather than have that anxiety this year, because it is a lot of risk when you're trying to put that kind of tournament together, we just decided to shelve it for a year. We're going to do the Bob Stocks Memorial this year instead, April 15th to 17th. It's a $3,000 ad at First Break Sports Bar. We have, I believe, 54 players at this point, something around there. But it's a $160 entry fee. And we have a pretty stout field already lined up. If you're looking to come out and test your metal, sign up for the Bob Stocks. I'll put that information up here shortly. Oh, a little unfortunate there for Tom. He was trying to thin that cue ball behind the 9, bring the cue ball down the rail between the 4 and the rail. So I believe Danny can see the edge of the 1. And sometimes when you can only see an edge and that's enough to make, that just gives you a sweet little target to aim for.
Sabari, table 23. Table 23.
And he pockets the 1, bumps the 9, still has the 2. Stuns that cue ball off the 2, sets up for the 3. So Denny looking pretty good here to go and tie it up 2 games apiece. Oh my, I jinxed him again. Well, I have to stop predicting the future because Danny is not doing very well with me in predictions. So we're just gonna let him shoot him out for saying he's gonna be on his way. Tom pockets that 7, sets up for the 8. Well done bringing that off the rail between the 8 and the 9. John, I don't know if I missed a game. Did I miss a game? I thought it was 2-1, Danny, but I will check to make sure that I'm not missing a game. All right, gentlemen. Thank you. Not sure how I missed the game, but I do appreciate the help. Let me just check with the gentlemen to make sure I got the right score. Danny. So confirmed, I was missing a game. 3-2, Danny, Mastermaker. My apologies. Tony, yes, it is. This is the winner's side. It's a race to 7. So, folks, I hope you all are enjoying the stream today. We do our very best to bring you top quality video and audio as best we can.
Chris Garrett, table 4. Rob Astorio, Ryan Smith, table 22.
Looks like ball in hand there.
Tuan Chow, Lucas Kilgore, table 24. Please come up and get your score sheets.
Slow down. Good shot. Table's running real quick today. You can notice these guys are barely hitting the ball, and it's rolling half a table off a rail. Tom, another guy that doesn't waste much time. So looking to go 3-3 here. On a race to 7.
Table 4. Josh Steele, Carlo Ferretto, table 3.
All right, so 3-3. And a word from our sponsor. Thank you to CJ Wilkinson and Peggy Wilkinson of Baltimore City Q's. Baltimore City Q's has just added $250 to the Under 450 Fargo event for the ladies coming up March 6th. This is a JP Newt event. Go ahead and put that information up here in the flyer, up in the chat rather. So we have 2 tour stops coming up on the JP Newt. If you're a lady out there and you're interested, we have the Open, which is a Saturday and Sunday event. Go ahead and put that in there. All right, so in the chat, I just put the JP Newt Ladies Open event, which is a Saturday-Sunday event, March 5th, 6th. And then the Under 450 event, which I alluded to, in which Baltimore City Q's is adding $250 to the pot. That's on Sunday, March 6th. Open to any ladies under a 450 Fargo. Come on out, get exposed to the JP Newt, meet some of the ladies. Linda Shea will be running a clinic before the tournament. So ladies, come on out, get involved. Check out the JP Newt, the J Peach Hour Northeast Women's Tour. We'll be streaming all year. Tom Zippler leads 4 games to 3 on a race to 7 over Danny Mastermaker. We hope you're all enjoying the stream today. Feel free to chime in the chat. We're monitoring. We always like to see people bantering back and forth and rooting for their favorites. Thank you for joining us, and enjoy the stream. Strong break there by Tom. Pockets 2 balls. Take the 3 and the 5. Or excuse me, 3 and the 7 rather. Open shot at the 1. Should leave an easy transition to the 2. Oh, wow. Spoke too soon again. I got to stop talking about how easy the outs are, because as soon as I say something, things go awry. So it looks like Tom will probably hit this with top left. Try to run the cue ball 2 rails, maybe. I don't know. Maybe top left. Trying to see if he can run it 2 rails, get out to where the center of the table is. Maybe just on the left side where he's at now for the 5 ball. But he might. I don't know. I don't think he can get the angle to go 2 rails that way. Yep, I was wrong. So yeah, 5 ball in the left side pocket. Sometimes it's hard to see the angles from the TV screen. Draws that cue ball. I think it went 2 rails off of that short rail to the long rail. Brings the cue ball around, sets up for the 10 ball. Pretty sweet little shot. All right, pockets that 10. Takes the lead 5 games to 3. Danny to break. Looks like Danny got a little short on this angle here. He wanted to go a little further across the table, give him an easier angle to get down the table for the 6. Loading up withdrawal. Defensive play there by Danny. Cuddling that cue ball up on the 7. Pretty good shot because the bank going long ways up towards the 9 is kind of covered. I don't think you want to go that direction. Tom's call on that 6 in the top left-hand corner pocket. Caught a little thin. Danny to the table. Safety play there by Danny. Tom to the table. Tom calling the 6 in the bottom left-hand corner. Oh, man. Pretty good effort. Danny draws that cue ball back, sets up for the 9. Pretty good speed there. To draw within 1. 5 games to 4. All right, folks, so if you're just joining us, we are at Center Pocket in Bowie, Maryland today. This is the B&L 10-ball open, and they want to have this each year. This is a $5,000 ad event. I'll be right back. Well, Danny can give that back. And that was like torture with the way that 2 ball fell in the side pocket. Excuse me, fell in the corner pocket there. After this match, folks, I'm going to take a small break. We'll have someone else in the booth. We'll either have Linda Shea or George Hammerbacker in the booth for a little while. Nice hit there by Danny, asking for it to settle down. Got a good roll there. Well done. Now Tom probably is going to go off of that short rail real gently and try to bump the 4 ball. Excuse me, bump the 1 ball on the other side of the 4, leave the cue ball up on the 4. Sorry, I was fighting back a cough. So yeah, try to just bump that 1 ball, come off the short rail, bump the 1, try to get to a rail, but leave the cue ball on the 4. So Tom tried to go a different way, try to thin it off of the long rail and bring the cue ball down table, create some separation. I'm not sure he got where he wanted to go. So Danny to the table. So I think, well, Danny's looks like he's going to go for this ball. You pocket it, the cue ball's going to be cooking because you're hitting it so thin. I don't know. I think maybe the safety plays here. You just go off of the edge of the 1, the right side of the 1 ball, and try to leave the cue ball behind the 4. But Danny's going to go for it. Yeah, for me, I'm just trying to thin off of this 1 ball and leave the cue ball right up on the 4. But looks like Danny's going to go for this. Pretty fortunate there because the cue ball was going to be flying. Looks like the 3 ball may go in the corner pocket here. No. Which means he's going to have to go on the side. Or the other corner. Blind cut. That's what he's going to go for, the blind cut. Try to hold it with some low. Hit that very well. Nice shot there by Danny. So I'm hesitant to say that looks like Danny's going to tie it up. As soon as I say something, inevitably something goes awry. All right, so 5 games apiece. Tom went ahead and gave him that 10 ball. Want to race to 7. If you're just joining us, my name is Wayne Everhart from ThinkTech MD. This is TTMD Billiard Streaming. And we're here today covering the 10-ball open for the B&L Championship $5,000 ad. You're very welcome, Tony. Danny Mastermaker to break. Tied 5 games apiece. A race to 7. I think he's looking to bank this ball across corner. You have to hit this pretty firm with low. So you let that 10 ball get in the way of the 2. Oh, he overhit it. Or did he? Nice shot. Good shot. Now this is a delicate little shot, elevated over the 5. If you're going to try to hit this ball with any type of spin, if you're driving down on the cue ball, you could exaggerate it a bit. Nice shot. And what I mean by exaggerating, meaning he's hitting down on that cue ball because he's elevated, and we all know what a masse is. So if the stroke speed isn't correct, or the way he's lining up the shot, the cue ball is going to curve a little bit before it gets there. So you have to allow for that. So he did a great job. Pockets the 4, sets up for the 5. Probably going to play that 6 in the side pocket. If you're setting up for the 8-9, you have to be cautious of where the 8 ball is going to go after contact, because it looks like it's a little off angle, so that the 8 won't stay in the pocket. It'll probably go towards that towards the short rail after contact. So you have to pay attention, know where the cue ball is going to go, know where the 8's going to go. 8's probably going to head over towards that bottom right-hand corner pocket. No, he was able to hold it. Nicely done. He was able to hit that 9 ball more full than I was expecting.
Mike Song, Brandon Williams, table 19. Mike Song, Brandon Williams, table 19.
So to take the lead and go on the hill, 6 games to 5. So we're getting ready. I'm going to take a little break right now. It's 6 games to 5, Danny Mastermaker over Tom Zippler. We're going to have George Hammerbacher filling in here for a little bit, the voice. And this is Wayne Everhart. I'll be right back. solid. It's
Okay. George Hammerbacher in the booth here, standing in for Wayne Everhart, and this is some beautiful
Correct side of iron,
equipment.
table 11. Correct side of iron, table 11.
Tom Zippler at the table from Harford County, Maryland. I know Tommy, played with Tom in American rotation pool, and he really has improved in the last 3-4 years. He goes and plays at Derby City, is up to Turning Stone, and has had good finishes up in some of those events. He's also very sharp on bar tables, and he's up against Danny Mastermaker, a terrific player from Richmond, Virginia, and a terrific player, lots of talent. I've known Danny and his younger brother Joey, both some of the finest young men I've ever come across in my years of the highways and byways, and pool tours and pool rooms and things. Nice young men. Zippler is getting ready to close the gap to even up 6-6 in for a hill contest, and the main thing is that this is it looks like they've drawn a field of 128 players here in this event here at Center Pockets in Bowie, Maryland, and this is the first time I've come into this facility. It's been open a little over a year, I would believe, and the TTMD, they have a nice setup here. Really nice and centered. Thanks to some of our sponsors too. We'll get to them. The Green Room Billiards in Dundalk. It's a hotbed of league and bar table tournament pool in the greater Baltimore area. Lambros Q's. I can't say anything about Lambros Q's other than I thought enough of the man in 1993 to put my life savings behind him. I was Mike Lambros' original partner, and I didn't stay on, but his cues, or he originally called him the hit. He developed the ultra joint and is pioneer in cues that just play super, and nobody was more meticulous and detail oriented than Mr. Lambros, and all I can say is thanks, Mike, for your continuing kind sponsorship to regional events. Okay, Zippler at the table here. Got an open opportunity. Good inside English, dragged the ball Here's a trickster, because he cuts that 3 into the 5. He might lose his 3 behind the 8. He might. He's good. Excuse me. But he's still got a couple little landmines there. He has to get correct from the 5 to the 6, even though this shot, he's got to thin this ball. He's got to come towards the 9, I would think. Oh, he thinned it too much. He parks the pelota down in the lower left. This is the shot of the match, right here. Right here is the shot of the match. 2 terrific regional players. Danny was runner-up to B.J. Usry in the Virginia State tournament back in November. And a very, very good player. This is a toss-up. I don't know if he got there. I think he did. Perfect. Well, now just a question of staying down and getting the cash here.
James Sanders, middle 6. James Sanders, middle 6.
Got to hurry. Oh, good shot. Little straight. Looks like he's going to go 2 rails to the side pocket. Excellent possession, maybe a little thin, but he should be good. Well, he's going to have to shoot this ball. Center middle edge, quarter ball cut. Zippler takes it down. Tom Zippler takes down Mr. Danny Mastermaker from Richmond by the score of 7 games to 6.